Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Taylor here with us. She is actually a tax specialist and she's also helping her clients get educated throughout the year so they don't owe as much tax during the year. So, Taylor, please introduce yourself and your business to our audience.
Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Lokey. I'm the owner of Atlanta Tax Break. We're a virtual tax office, so don't be deceived. We can assist you in all 50 states. We've been around since 2023, and we're just here to help. And we have so many awesome preparers that are available to assist you.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So, Taylor, what actually inspired you to get into this line of business?
Yes, so I kind of transitioned. I was in the beauty industry when I was in college back in 2017. I was doing hair out of my dorm, and then I transitioned to drop shipping and selling hair online. But one of my sisters, one of my big sisters, I call her, she actually introduced me to the tax industry, and she told me how it was such a recession-proof industry and how, people were always going to need to be done. And I kind of wanted to switch gears and put a little bit more skills under my belt. So that's when I actually started learning and I opened my tax office back in 2023.
Great. Yeah. And then on top of that, so what's your goal or your plan for your business for next 1 year?
Yes, so for this next year, my goals are to eventually open up another brick and mortar. We did have a an office, but I ended up closing it down because it wasn't in the right location. So I want to make sure that I'm finding the best location to open up my new tax office. And I also want to expand my team. I want to hire so many more preparers as well under me. So that's my goal, expansion.
Expansion. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So when you say you want to hire, like, obviously, you're an agency and you can sort of like train other people, or can you explain us a little bit more about that, please?
Of course, yes. So essentially, you don't really need a certification to do taxes. You just have to register yourself with the IRS and obtain a P10. So, what we'll do is at Atlanta Tax Break, we'll walk you through with how to obtain your P10, telling you all the IRS due diligence guidelines, making sure that you're up to code. So, because one thing about it, we're going to be filing returns accurately, ethically, and securely. And we're also going to be teaching you marketing and branding, how to make sure that you're reaching your target audience of a client. And one of the best benefits of being a preparer at Atlantic Tax Break is that you're not an employee. You're a 1099. So you make your own schedule. You decide when and where you want to work, how often, and everything like that. So it's pretty flexible to you and your schedule, and how well you do depends on how well you want to put into it. But you're
So
always going to be supported.
totally. So who is this suitable for?
I would say this is suitable for someone who knows a lot of people, first of all. You're good with attention to detail. You're someone um, that people look towards for a resource. You're very resourceful and very helpful. That's one thing about it. You have to have a lot of patience in this industry because it's something that's sensitive. It's people's tax returns. It's their sensitive information at the end of the day. They worked hard all year. They want to make sure that, everything's being processed accurately. So you want to be a very ethical person.
Totally. And why is beneficial for someone to actually use your services, compared to doing it themselves?
Yeah, yes, I get that all the time. A lot of my clients have actually transitioned from like TurboTax or Jackson Hewitt or H&R Block, the big names. But a lot of people don't know that those names, those companies are actually connected to the IRS. They're still affiliates of the IRS. So who do you think is going to give you the maximum refund? The people who are working with the IRS, or you think that the person who is hired to work for you to benefit you? It's always going to be us because we're not going to leave anything on the table because we want to make sure you get everything that you're owed, essentially. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Great. And what are some of the tips that you can share with your audience when it comes to taxes?
Yes. Okay. So for my self-employed people, when you want to make sure that you're having excellent bookkeeping, I would recommend something like QuickBooks to start off if you're new. Just making sure that you're writing down every single little thing all year long. If you're not going to be paying your taxes quarterly, if you want to do it yearly, you just want to make sure that you have a separate bank account for your business set aside that you're putting a portion of your earnings for taxes when tax season comes. In addition, you want to also make sure that you're keeping track of all your expenses so that you don't forget anything and that you have all that proof when it comes time to give it to your tax preparer and get those documents in. Also, for my regular 9 to 5 W-2 employees. You want to make sure that you're marking on your W-4 form. You're keeping it updated. You don't want to go exempt all year. You want to make sure that you're changing that, because that's one of the main reasons that I see a lot of people owing, is it that they're going exempt. So those are like one of the two main biggest things that I would say.
Excellent. And what inspires you about your business?
It inspires me to just educate my community, because I feel like growing up, I see my mom do her taxes. It was something that was always a stressful thing. It wasn't something that she looked forward to doing. So I just want to take that stressful stigma out of it, and just show people that it's super easy once you find the right person to represent you, and just support you and make sure that you're getting everything you deserve.
Nice. And if people want to get in touch with you, learn more about you, connect to you, how they can do that?
Yes, I'm available you can see me on Facebook. We have a Facebook page called Atlanta Tax Break. Through Google, our website, atlantataxbreak.com. And we're on LinkedIn as well. So there's tons of way to get a hold of us or reach out to us if you have any questions.
Nice. Yeah, we can share some of these links as well in the description of this episode. And maybe if there is something you still want to share with the audience, some question that I didn't ask you, what would that be?
I would say that there's a lot of new changes this upcoming tax season, with the One Big Beautiful Bill. We have the no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. That's something to look forward to for a lot of people. I'm excited to implement that, to make sure that you're just keeping more of your hard-earned money. It makes sense. Like, why would I be taxed on my overtime? For electric vehicles, you have up to $7,500 in credits that you can get back on that loan that you paid. If you purchase your car, I believe, as long as before September 14th, 2025, you'll be eligible for that electric vehicle credit. And there's for the child tax credit, it's been updated. It's now $2,200 per child. So you have a little bit more kickback just to balance out all the money that you're spending out throughout the year. They're kind of like balancing out for you. So many new things to look forward to this tax season. I don't want anybody to get discouraged if you haven't filed in a couple years. You have up to 3 years to file without any penalty. So if you haven't filed since 2023, this will be the best time to do it for you, because this is your third year coming up. So those are a few tips that I have for you guys.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Taylor, for sharing those tips. Thank you all for watching, listening. If you like the episode, drop us a like, subscribe. And then on top of that, if you have any questions for Taylor or me, you can ask them in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. See you all in the next episode. Taylor, thanks
See you.
again. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Tony.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.